Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're checking out Baki, Son of Ogre, chapters 261 through 263. 261, entitled Big Audience. So Yujiro threw Baki through that wall, and it ended up being outside the building. So Baki's tumbling at the moment, and looks like he's looking for a way out, but he had none. He had to just hit the ground. Goodness. Oh wow. Oh no, he put his hands up and then smacked the ground before he hit it, maybe slowing down his momentum and causing him not to harm himself. Wow. At the very moment he hit the ground, or maybe I'm still wrong, let's see, he's back up and on his feet. The very moment he hit the ground, there was an unexpected impact in the back of the young man. He turns around to look, and the crowd behind him is screaming, yeah. So the impact was that of sound? That's Baki. Yeah, that's Baki, alright. What? The real one? He's kind of short in real life. He's really cute. Wow, I can't believe this is happening. I love you, Baki. So wow, so yeah, so that information, I was confused in the last video. I thought like they were trying to make a movie or something, but it was just the analogy they used. Someone had released top secret info on Yujiro and Baki, and now everyone's in on what's happening, and they're just trying to watch. Hey Baki, right here. Where's your dad? This is amazing. Are they fighting now? The ogre threw him out. Ah, there. And everybody's pointing up. Baki turns around to look at Yujiro. Yujiro looking like an actual ogre. It looks like Pickle, man. It's crazy. Everybody's screaming at the sight of Baki and Yujiro. They both have nothing to say. All the commotion started when a TV news team decided to cover a strange incident. Ladies and gentlemen, we have received a news flash report. In the metropolitan area surrounding the Shinbashi district, close to the Aragawa's hotel, special forces of police and military personnel have cordoned off the zone. The reason is unclear at the moment, but we have received reports of the incident at the site. A fight broke out in the restaurant between a father and his son. There are no injured people at the scene. Tachibana-san, I understand the situation might have been alarming, but for riot squads and the military to cordon the area, don't you think it's a bit exaggerated? Our non-official reports only confirm that the incident only involves a father that started a fight with his kid. And because of that, police and the army were called to evacuate the citizens. Our news team is covering the event live from the site. Kasuga-san, can you hear me? Kasuga-san. Yes, here we are reporting live from the site. I want you to take a look at what we have here. So this man is looking at this wrecked car. Eh? Is that a car, Kasuga-san? That's right. It's a car that has been completely smashed. But that's not what's so surprising about it. This car is property of the world government. We have confirmed that it belongs to Japan's Prime Minister of Special Meetings and Official Affairs. Kasuga-san, did you say Japan's Prime Minister? As you can see, we have thick glass pieces scattered all over the place. This kind of glass doesn't belong to the car, obviously. The roof of the car looks like it was stepped on by Gojira or some kind of big monster like that. That's funny. What a name. Gojira. Godzilla. Alright, but please tell us, what kind of incident is this? Is it a crime? Is it an accident? What does this have to do with the incident of the father and son in the hotel? Well, They told us that when they started fighting, the father grabbed the son and jumped from the high rise to here. After landing on this car, they moved to the back of the building and they are still fighting. Well, there must be some confusion in the reports, but for what we can confirm so far, the people at the hotel were evacuated for a fight that broke out. The people fighting, father and son, jumped out from the building onto the car. The army and special riot forces are present at the site helping out civilians, and the battle between them isn't over yet. That's when they noticed, in this place, in that place, right there too, in this country and that country. They knew it all over. They knew what was going on. They knew about them, about the strongest father and son. They read it on the internet. They found out in magazines and books. They told their friends about it. Someone heard the rumor and passed it around. Now the interest grew all over the world for knowing what would happen next. The lucky ones in Japan decided, I'll make it. I'll make it. If I do it now, I can still make it. Really? I guess it's too late to tell them it's not a big deal, isn't it? Chapter 262. Like wildfire. Bliss. What is it? Is it to gather courage, strength, confidence, skills, hate, power, sadness, experience, and let it all out, all at once? You don't use the sheer force of the muscles. Make no mistake, you unleash the will of the muscles chained within them. So this is a super dope image of Yujiro. You get his eyes as well as his demon back, which is super cool. Oh wow, this must be an image of Yujiro and baby Baki. Either that or this is an instance in when Baki was trying to strike Yujiro and it felt like a baby because of him, Yujiro being unbeatable. Alright, so Yujiro and Baki are still just standing there in awe at this audience. Baki, the strongest man in the whole world. Look at his face, just stone. It's not like there's something interesting to see here, you know. A large audience of at least 1 million people coming out of nowhere, clapping, cheering, and chanting your name as well if you were their god. For Yujiro who has always a cold, calculating mind regarding his plans, to feel like the object of devotion of so many people left an unsavory feeling inside of him. Who gathered all these idiots around? Not only that, Shinbashi, all the surrounding stations and streets were congested. There was no guessing that the number of people coming to this event will rise in the thousands more. It was not the first time he fought against an event inside an event with a bunch of people, but usually he will show up uninvited and leave without a trace. In this case, he's not used to this, being loved as the hero of millions. So Yujiro jumps down, lands in front of Baki, and now they're face to face. Oh crap, the strongest of the world are going to have at it. Damn, I'm watching this live. My friends won't believe it. Baki's still stoned as everybody's cheering. Hey kid, let's call it a day. Let's go home. I don't think so, Dad. What? That's not like you at all, Dad. I'm not falling for it. To see a monster like you crash and burn in front of so many people today will embarrass the crap out of you, won't it? Do you really think I'll miss the chance after all the BS you have me going through? Perhaps not. Yujiro's face, he gets so angry. These veins, look how thick his neck is. It literally looks like a volcano. What in the world? So Baki looks like he starts to melt back down and starts to relax again. Dear son, have you lost your mind? So Baki melts back down, goes for that cockroach leap again, I'm assuming, since this is just a blur. Ooh, lands a punch to Yujiro's chin. Let's see how Yujiro handles this. In the eyes of the unsuspecting audience, what a hit. The young man tried a rash move against his father. So this is, I was just talking about this in previous video. When Baki fought his father the first time, he was landing all them hits and punches, and Yujiro was just standing there eating them. And here we are again, man. He's just standing here. They didn't see the perfect combination of 3 attacks, and the only thing that they could barely appreciate with their naked eyes was the flying dust that was in the trail of the dash. This image was about as much as they saw. Oh, okay, so it's not that Yujiro stood there and ate them, but Baki threw those 3 attacks so quickly that it was almost instantaneous. Wow, so he went in and came back out. All they saw, he went in, attacked, and came back out, and all they saw was dust. What did he do? It seems he did a small jump kick, but what about that supersonic sound? He's getting ready. Wow, so he broke the sound barrier in that quick attack. The young man executed the combo dash flawlessly. Damn, who will attack first? The Ogre will. But a harsh lesson was going to be given to him in front of everyone. No, Baki will start the offensive. It's terrible that they're thinking like this after he's already landed 3 attacks that fast. Chapter 263. What an insult. A boxer becoming the world champion. A sumo wrestler finally becoming the coveted Yokozuna. A judoka finally conquering the Olympic gold team. People around the world honor the strongest as heroes. Sometimes they just need to be big to become legends. People get excited by just that. That's right, people love fighters that can reach the very top. Having said this, there's an important detail. Doesn't matter how many titles, distinctions, or accolades the world champions might get, pitted against weapons, they will have the same odds of survival as you or I can have. Even stopping a Japanese blade with your hands is practically impossible. Much less you'll be able to do anything against a riot squad of 10 people. Let's not even talk about a government deciding to kill you by using nuclear weapons in your town. So what if you tell people, hey, I know a guy that's stronger than any country of the world. You know what they'd say? I will have to see it to believe it. I'm trying to figure out how Yujiro is going to react to that attack. But even watching it and recording it with their devices, they completely missed the right straight punch, a low left roundhouse kick, and finally an upper right roundhouse kick. With faster than lightning speed, the naked eye could not perceive in a quarter of a second these 3 flawless attacks. They missed it completely. Dopo, it has started. It's been going on for quite a while, actually. Oh, he's telling the audience they've already started banging. Y'all just can't see it. For high-level fighters like them, as soon as they look at each other in the eye, the battle has already started. Who is this? That's true. In fact, I taught you that. A battle cannot be stopped just by asking. It can only be stopped on the terms of a mutual agreement. But once you have made your first move, there's no need to wait for an answer, but rather wait for the counterattack. So it had no effect on him? Oh, okay, no, he wiped some blood out of his mouth. Okay, so he felt a little bit of it, spit it out. Boy. Boy, I even forgot how to bleed. Can you believe that? Once my opponent is clearly in front of me, I have no other choice but to confront him with everything I have. Wow, his hair. Whoa. So that's not just for the audience, his hair actually stands up. His hair is standing up. Cool. Just like a lion. I landed 3 direct hits to sensitive areas of his body. I used quite a lot of power on those strikes. Shoot them as hard as I could. I don't get it. He didn't even flinch. Did I really catch him off guard? Or was he the one that let me hit him like that? It doesn't matter now. It's time to use my special attack. There's no going back. Loosen it. It's melting. Consciousness. Liquefy. Yes, I'm almost ready to digs into the earth. Wow. Sends another tackle. But judging by this impact, Yujiro ran up to Baki before he could really get any momentum going. So this should have just stopped him in his tracks, like nullifying that attack completely. Eh? Look at Doppo's face. I didn't move him, not even a single step. Turns around to look at the indentation. You decided to consider me as your opponent seriously, yet you thought I'd fall for the same trick twice? What an insult. That was the last word I heard from him. I think I did. Oh my goodness. Yujiro, oh my goodness, he slaps Baki's face. He keeps grabbing Baki by the face. It looks like he's about to slam him into the ground. But that is the end of chapter 263. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, these 3 chapters of Baki, son of Ogre, as we continue the fight between father and son. Can't wait to see what happens next, how Baki will deal with this impact, whether or not Baki's going into a wall or is he going back into the ground. Man, Baki just keeps insulting his dad. I'm sure this last one wasn't intentional, but just keeps insulting him. And Baki is super lucky that Yujiro hasn't decided to just break him yet. I can't wait to see Baki's development through this fight. It appears as though he's going to get constant Zenkai boosts. So let's see what happens. Thanks for joining me for this video. Hope you'll stick around and join me next video. Please subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any uploads. Share with your fellow otaku. Let's try to continue growing the community. Check the link in the description for the next video. It'll also be on the screen shortly along with the playlist.